So when dealing with exponents, we have a simple set of laws. When we multiply, we add the exponents. When we divide, we subtract the exponents. And when we have two exponents next to each other, we multiply them. So in A, we're multiplying. That's what the dot in the middle means. So to get this as a single power, the base doesn't change. It always stays the same, but we add the exponents. Gives us a final answer of 0.3 squared. Now, how do you know whether or not to actually evaluate this and go to 0.09? We need to relate this as a single power. That would mean relating it with an exponent as opposed to actually evaluating it. B, we'll do off to the side here. We've got multiplying, but we also have exponents with other exponents, so we need to look at those first. So the first one, negative 3 over 2 is the base, but we have that combination of exponents which would multiply to negative 8. Then for the second negative 3 over 2, we have that combination of exponents which would multiply to 6. Now we're back to the same situation as A. We'll add those exponents. Get negative 3 over 2 to the power of negative 2. I'll flip on to the next slide for C. Just copy out the question again. So on the top, we have multiplying. We'll add the exponents on the top, get 1.4 to the power of 7. Leave the bottom for now. Now we get something new. Now we're dividing. When you divide, you need to subtract the exponents. So we'll have 7 subtract negative 2, which is the same as 7 plus 2, or 9. D is the most complicated of all of these examples. Not only do we have multiplying and dividing, we also have an exponent outside. So this exponent of 6 needs to apply on every exponent inside the bracket. And before we do that, we need to figure out what the 6 is going to do. Well, because it's on a bracket, it's going to multiply in. And since we're multiplying with fractions, that's a little bit of a difficulty. I'm just going to take off to the side and do the multiplication. So the first one would be 2/3 times 6. 6 being the same as 6 over 1. So that's 12 over 3, which would reduce to 4. Whole number. Makes life a little bit easier. Then we've got to do 1/3 times 6. Again, 6 over 1. That becomes 6 over 3, which reduces to 2. Last one we have to do is 5 over 3 times 6, which again we need 6 over 1. That becomes 30 over 3, which is 10. So that's going to make life easier when we multiply the 6 in. So 7 to the 2/3, power of 6, becomes 7 to the 4th. 7 to the 1/3 on the bottom, that power of 6 becomes 7 squared. And 7 to the 5/3 on the bottom with the power of 6 becomes 7 to the 10th. So now the question is, where do we go next? Well, on the bottom, we have this multiplying. We should look after that first. So we'll add those exponents on the bottom. 2 plus 10 is 12. And now we're down to straight dividing, so we'll subtract the exponents. 4 minus 12 gives us 7 to the negative 8.